G'day guys, it's Bree here from Neighbourhood. Are you wanting to create tasks once a deal moves through the pipeline, but you don't want the hassle of doing it manually every time? This is where automating your tasks in deal stages becomes a huge time saver on admin tasks. And today, we're going to show you how. As a heads up, this applies to Marketing Hub and Sales Hub Professional or Sales Hub Starter to utilize these features. If you're keen on more practical support inside HubSpot, Neighbourhood offers a comprehensive, easy to follow course so you're making the most out of HubSpot. It even comes with a money-back guarantee. To find out more, check out the link in the description below. If you want to take your learning offline though, we'll include a free downloadable PDF of this how-to in the description below. Okay, so I have come into our HubSpot portal. And the easiest way I usually find the automation for anything to do with deals and sales is I usually go straight into sales up the top here, and then I click on deals. You can go through another way into the settings itself, but this always just helps me find what I need to find quite quickly. Especially if you have a lot of deal pipelines, this will really help you get to where you need to go quickly and fast. So I've clicked, like I said, on sales, and then I've clicked on deals here, and it's taken me to our deals pipeline. What I am going to do is I'm going to go to board actions, and then I'm going to click edit stages. And this will open up a new tab or a new window showing you all the different types of settings that you can change within the pipeline as a whole. So as you can see, it's opened up the settings here. As I mentioned, there is a different way to go to this screen. And the way you would do that is you go to your settings cog up the top right here, and then it would open up this page and you would scroll down and you would go to objects and then deals, and then this will open up exactly the same page. Like I said, I just find it a little easier to go through the sales way here. So now we're here, we want to make sure that we're on the correct pipeline, that we want to do the automation with tasks. So I've just made sure that I'm on our correct pipeline here. Scrolling down, you'll see all your different deal stages, and this is what we're going to base our task automation off. So from here, you can see currently we're on the tab Configure, and we're going to go over to Automate. And you can see the screen changes, and now we have our different deal stages as columns, so we can add workflows to each stage. Now, something important to think about when you are creating task automation is that the automation is going to be triggered when a deal card is moved to that stage. So it won't happen after it's moved out of the stage or before it's moved into the stage. It will happen exactly when that card is moved into the stage. So let's say a card moves into the appointment scheduled stage, and I want to get a task reminder to remind me that an appointment has been scheduled so I can follow it up or make sure that it's booked in my calendar. So what I'm going to do is click Create Workflow. And from here, it'll give you two very simple actions where you can either create a task or send an internal email notification. So for this video, we're just going to look at tasks. So I'm going to click Create a Task, and then from here, we can start to pull our task together. So the first thing is the title, obviously. Now, some people want to keep it quite simple, and it might say New Appointment, for example, and we can do that. But another thing we can also do is add deal tokens to make it a little bit more personalized. So for this one, for example, I might just type deal name. I'm going to do this just so I have a little bit more information on my to-do list and I know what I'm looking at before I actually click on it. Scrolling down, you can also change the type of to-do. It can be a simple task, to-do task, or it could be that you need to call someone or that you need to email someone. So for this one, I'm just going to click to-do, but it is a good chance in case you need to call someone, for example. Moving forward, we then have the due date. So sometimes you might want to set it to immediately. You want to make sure you get to it straight away. But you might have, a team SLA in which you need to get back to your customer within 3 days. So you might make your due date 3 days from when it has first been triggered. Moving forward, you can also add a couple of notes, very similar to like I talked about in the title. It can be your own text, as well as inputting different deal tokens, such as the amount of the deal, or you might want to put in the create date. Any different properties that are within the deal object can be used in here. So let's just do an example. We're going to put amount, and then from here, I'll choose the amount. So you can see here, I've added some text, and then that data field will be filled in where I've put that personalization token. A couple more things to note as we scroll down. You may want to set or automate the priority straight away. So for example, you might want any deal that's within the appointment scheduled stage to be a medium priority in comparison to maybe the decision maker bought in stage where you might want to make it a higher priority. These priorities will ultimately help you sort your tasks so you know what to focus on first once you're going through them. You can also click who you want to assign the task to. Now, generally, I would recommend going for either the existing deal owner, who may already be connected to the deal, or a specific user. So you might only have one salesperson, for example, in your sales team, and you'll click on that person. From there, you would click save, and the automation will be set up. So now you can see our automation is now set up, and it will show this little card here in which you can actually click on it and edit it whenever you need to if it's not working exactly how you want it to, or for example, it's not exactly working in that stage. You might find at some points there are just simply too many tasks at all the different stages of the sales pipeline. So try to really think about it before you jump in and start making heaps of automations, because it can be helpful, but it can also really hinder your ability to get your work done. Now, one more quick tip I want to show you is just adding an extra action within these task automations. So what I've done is just click the plus symbol up here, and I want to add something before I actually get the task. So I've done that. And if you click see more, you'll see all the different actions for our workflows. Now, let's say, for example, that we want to delay a little bit before we do get that task. We can delay it for a set amount of time. So I might delay it for, let's say, 2 hours, so it doesn't get to me right away. It gives me a bit of a breather before I'm ready to go and do that task. And then we can click save. And then you can see now we've added a delay before our task. So before I leave you guys, I'm just going to quickly show you what the tasks actually look like once they've been triggered. So let's pretend we have a new deal that's been dragged into the appointment scheduled stage. And how I'm going to find my task is I'll go to sales and then tasks here. So you can see a list of tasks here, and how you can use them is simply by clicking on the task. It will take you to the associated contact or deal for that specific task, so you have all the information you need whilst completing that task. As you can see here, we've got the task up the top in this gradient top up here, and we can do a couple of things. We can reschedule the task to remind us later. We can skip the task completely to come back to the same day, or we can complete the task. So for now, just as an example, we're going to complete the task, and from here we can click next and go straight on to the next task. And there you have it. You now know how to automate tasks in deal stages inside of HubSpot. If you're wanting to make the most out of HubSpot, Neighbourhood offers a step-by-step course covering marketing, sales, service, and CMS Hub in depth, ensuring you and your team are best serving your customers while developing efficient internal processes. We'll include a link for this below. If you're after a PDF version of this for later, or you're passing it on to a mate in need, we'll include a link in the description. If you gain value from this video or are keen to learn more about HubSpot, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. But for now, happy HubSpotting.